Hello and welcome to another Progress show on YouTube. This is going to be our Progress Super Strong Style Day One hype show, but we've already had that. This is to promote the on-demand service, and this coming Saturday, the 18th of June at 5 o'clock in the evening, you can go over to Progress On Demand over on Pivot Share, of course, where you can watch Day One of Super Strong Style 16, the 2022 version, and all the fantastic matches that happened in that first round day. 8 fantastic matches, and we're going to cover it all. But Mad Dog, Mike Angus, it joins me again on this exclusive Progress show on this fantastic sunny evening. Well, it certainly is where I am, but probably not so much where you are, Mad Dog. But how are you doing, my friend?
Always great, Jonas. Yeah, we had a wonderful time over the Jubilee weekend for Super Strong Style 16. Absolutely amazing. And as you mentioned here on the World, it's a little bit cloudy now. It was really hot before, nice weather, but yeah, it's clouded over a bit now, which is good because I've got football later on this evening, so you don't want it to be too hot because yeah, you don't want to see the state of me after that. But yeah, you never know who's going to show up a footy on the World, Jonas. So
absolutely. but like I say, we've already had Super Strong Style. It was on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of June over Jubilee Bank Holiday weekend, as Mad Dog rightfully said. But we're going to be hyping up because it's going to be dropping soon on demand, on Pivot Share, on Progress On Demand, of course, on the WWE Network, and for our US viewers and listeners over on Peacock, of course, June the 18th, this coming Saturday at 5 p.m. So you're not going to want to miss that. And we're going to talk a little bit about the matches that took part of Super Strong Style Night 1, the first round matches. We're not going to kind of give any results away because we don't want any spoilers, of course. Spoilers are not a good thing, are they, Mad Dog?
But no spoilers from you, Jonas. You can do your best, Jonas. I'm sure you'll throw something in for them. A little teaser for somebody.
but like I say, we're just going to be looking at some of the matches that took place to get you even more excited. If you weren't there, if you weren't lucky enough to be in the Electric Ballroom earlier on this month to witness those 3 days of Super Strong Style, we're going to be hyping up Day One, which will be dropping once again on Pivot Share, on Progress On Demand, and of course on the WWE Network and Peacock. And Mad Dog, just Day One summary in a nutshell. It was an electric day, wasn't it? No pun intended with it being in the Electric Ballroom, but the atmosphere was there, the talent was there, the matches was there, and more importantly, it kicked off what was a fantastic 3 days of Super Strong Style.
Yeah, excitement personified, and there were some amazing matchups on this day, and the crowd was absolutely wild. The Friday crowd was some of the loudest of the weekend, and some of the chants we got out of them that day was absolutely amazing. A big shout out, first of all, to Simon Miller. What a job he did, hyping up the crowd, and some of the banter on that day with the audience was just spectacular, and we'll get onto some of the chants in a moment, but obviously the one to mention was, that was the day that obviously people were talking about Charles Crowley. It had been mentioned that he had been cast in EastEnders.
Dave.
The banter
just lend it a hand.
Stand and such was just insane. The amount of EastEnders chants, to the theme song was just hilarious. And, the audience and the Progress faithful did themselves proud on that day because the banter was just top notch. And I cannot wait to watch it back just to hear like the crowd chants and reactions to that show because there was so much going on. And in every match, the crowd were, a big part of what was going on that day. So, yeah, so I just want to say as well, thanks so much to everyone who attended because it was amazing. It was such a good weekend, and the Friday especially, just the banter in there, and the atmosphere was just insane in the ballroom that day. I absolutely loved it.
Absolutely. And of course, this is a hype show for Day One of Super Strong Style, drop in on Demand Progress. And of course, if you weren't there and you do want to catch all the action, of course you've got the WWE Network. Of course you've got Peacock over in the States. But we encourage you to go to demandprogress.pivotshare.com. And the link will be in the description to this show, and just sign up. And you've got lots of exclusive Progress content there, including all of their previous chapters, including the most recent one, Super Strong Style and Chapter 134, which ran before, which set up perfectly the 3-day weekend over Jubilee Bank Holiday. Let's have a quick look at the brackets as they stood before Day One of Super Strong Style. 8 tremendous matches. 16 of the finest UK wrestling talent you could possibly shake a stick at. And this was the match that kicked it all off, or certainly the match that Charles Crowley won't forget in a hurry against NXT UK standout talent. He's having a breakout year over in NXT UK, Charlie Dempsey. And he's a real technician, a real wizard, a real grappler on the mat, very reminiscent to William Regal, of course. But this was a fantastic outing, a fantastic encounter. And of course, you can catch it on Demand Progress. And of course, you had some might call him the carnival twat, but here he was making his entrance. And it is a spectacular entrance. Not only is he one of the biggest names, one of the biggest talents on the UK scene, he has one of the best characters, one of the greatest gimmicks, and one of the best entrances you're likely to find. But Charlie Dempsey didn't, he doesn't mess about. He's not in it for the gimmicks and for the pageantry and for the fantastic entrances. And he really put the match to Charles Crowley. But I know that these two had a fantastic encounter. And of course, you can catch that match as part of Day One of Super Strong Style on Demand Progress. But Mad Dog, you were there. Give us your insight into this one here. Must have been a fascinating encounter. And Charlie Dempsey's Progress debut also.
Yeah, amazing, and Crowley, as always, came into it, probably overconfident, cocky, I would say. He bounced out, as he does, and then Dempsey came though to have a wrestling match, and it was it was a great match. Both guys gave it their all. One thing that stood out for me especially was the neck strength on Charlie Dempsey. We'd said before about how he trained, but there's a couple of moments in this match where he bridges, and just the next strength on him was just insane. There's a point where he was actually bridging, and Crowley managed to stand sort of on his legs and stomach with him in a bridge position. That it takes some absolute strength. And obviously, I won't spoil what happened to you, but imagine Crowley, the man that he is, so confident and cocky, and he's facing this absolute beast of a fighter, and he's backed into a corner. What is going to happen when that animal Crowley gets backed into a corner? How does he react to that? And that's what you're going to be able to see on the network, on demand this week. And, does Crowley react well? Well, you can find out. You'll get to see it all there as well in the ballroom. The EastEnders tune was ringing out loud from the fans during that one. So, that's just, what a match. And definitely one you want to check out this week for sure.
100%. Don't forget to go to Pivot Share and sign up to Progress on Demand for that one. And then, of course, we had this amazing first round encounter. Malik making his strong style or super strong style tournament debut. He'd been in other Progress tournaments before, like the Natural Progression Series in 2019, going up against Callum Newman. So these two put on a classic, fantastic match between two of the most exciting young wrestlers on the UK scene at the moment. And look at that. Some of the action. If you can only imagine how dynamic Callum Newman is, how fantastically athletic and, fast-paced he is, and Malik with his fantastic athleticism. He really is one of the most versatile, exciting wrestlers. But of course, these two can only be seen on demand. But you were there, Mad Dog. This one was really a match between two of the most promising young up-and-coming wrestlers on the UK scene, and they delivered, didn't they, my friend?
They certainly did. I've got some sort of grandfather clock going off outside the window here. It must be chiming on the hour or something for us. But yeah, what a match these guys had. Nasty back and forth matchup. Interestingly, Callum Newman, the Prince of Pace, was accompanied by Joe Lando, and Danny Black for this one. But the most interesting point we made in the show as we were rounding up the matches, as we were going into it the other week, was the fact that Costas actually was not with Malik for this one. Malik was on his hillbilly, and you know what? He really did impress me in this matchup. As you can see from that first picture you just posted up there, that drop kick, he's about 8 foot in the air. What the hell?
I know.
That is some athleticism, not just from Callum, but also from Malik. That is insane. How is he hitting that drop kick there? And That wasn't the only thing. That match was filled chock-a-block with athleticism and acrobatics and aerial abilities, obviously from Callum, Newman, and Malik himself. And, you're definitely going to want to see what happens in that one because it's such an interesting encounter. And Callum as well has just been announced this week for TNT Project X up in Liverpool. So that's coming up in a couple of weeks' time, 24th of July, I believe. And, what a talent he is. And, that match does not disappoint. That's super strong style, so very good stuff.
Absolutely. Don't forget to sign up to Progress on Demands on Pivot Share, and you will not be disappointed. You'll be able to see that amazing drop kick of Malik's on demand on your screen, on your TV screen, or wherever you catch your content.
Jonas as well. There was an insane Poison Rana in that one. Absolutely insane Poison Rana at one point. What a move. And I won't tell you it. I don't want to spoil too much for you, but the crowd as well at the ballroom. It wasn't just the hitter they were chanting at that one. They were chanting something a little bit additional to that for Malik at that.
But like I say, two of the brightest young talents on the UK scene, and that match has to be seen to be believed. And speaking about matches that has to be seen to be believed, one of my personal favourites. I've only just become familiar with this individual, but his entrance alone, his antics in the ring. Of course, we're talking about the current WXW Shotgun champion, Maggot, returned to the ballroom after qualifying in Chapter 134 and going up against Kid Lycos, accompanied, as always, with Kid Lycos 2. And like I say, this was going to be a match that between two very dynamic wrestlers, fast-paced wrestlers, you could say junior heavyweight wrestlers, but with a pace and with the kind of the chops in the ring that can wow an audience. And they certainly did wow an audience at the Electric Ballroom on night one of Super Strong Style. Mad Dog, you were there. I'm sure this was fantastic. And like I say, Maggot gives us not only his fantastic charisma, but one of the best entrances anywhere in the wrestling scene at the moment.
That's it, John. As you know, Maggot, he feels at home in the ballroom now, and as soon as he stepped out, the crowd were receptive of him. Obviously, the strut, and as he comes out, WXW's been there for a while now, and he's he feels right at home at Progress. He strutted out to the ring, and a little bit of cockiness maybe on his behalf because he was taking on them two troublesome wolves, and obviously it was their fault, the Lycos guys, that the belt was on the line. The Progress World Championship on the line at Super Strong Style 16. The winner of this tournament obviously was going to take it home. And it was due to the Lycos guys basically screwing Jonathan Gresham that was on the line. Maggot, as you can see, he was ready to party. And, this match didn't disappoint. Another tenacious battle between these two guys. And both, similarly matched. Great athleticism, strong guys. And obviously there you can see him, the troublemaker. Kid Lycos 2 was in the house for that one, and you'll
problem
have to check
child
it out on demand and see what the problem child was, if he was causing any problems this week. And it was interesting to see what happened. And Maggot is in the hearts of all the Progress fans. So great stuff.
Absolutely. He really is in the heart of the Progress faithful. And if you haven't seen Maggot before or wondering who we're talking about, you've got to sign up to Progress on Demand. It's as simple as that. And you'll be able to catch that match along with all the other matches we've spoken about and find out what is a Maggot, and why does he strut like he does? Why does he look like, I don't know, the reincarnated? And why does he put on such fantastic matches? And you'll be able to see his match around one Super Strong Style. Absolutely, full of coffee for sure. Going up against Kid Lycos, and of course accompanied as always by the problem child, Kid Lycos 2. And those dynamics alone are going to want to make you want to sign up and watch that match when it drops on Saturday. And what about this one here? If you love your high-flying, dynamic, daredevil, acrobatic wrestling, then there's going to be no better than the popular Mexican luchador Aramis when he came over to the UK for Super Strong Style and put on a hell of a display against one of UK's finest, one of the best high flyers ever to grace these shores. He's from the UK, Robbie X, of course. And what a display I'd say if you love your high flying, these two kind of pulled it out the bag and showed us moves we probably had never seen before. But let's say this is a match to sign up for at the very least. Let's say if you love your dynamic and fast-paced action, these two brought it.
Yeah, John, as I was doing some research on the last show, we were talking, and we were saying it was both the guys' debut, but I actually looked back, and Robbie X has wrestled on Progress before, but it's a good 8 years ago. He took on Pete Dunne at Chapter 13.
Wow.
In an amazing encounter there, and I did make sure to watch it back just so I was up to date with that, because, I always like to do my research, and it was interesting to see that, and then he's come such a long way in the 8 years that it basically was another debut for him, because he's completely changed up his style. He's even better than he was then. His aerial ability and, just everything about Robbie X is absolutely highly polished. And going against Aramis, I was so excited to see this one, and it does not disappoint, I tell you. Honestly, Aramis was a bit of an unknown quantity to me, but after watching him in this bout, it was just like, that. Look at that. Robbie X literally standing on one fingertip there in that one. And there was so much excitement in this bout. And Aramis actually bust out a move I'd never, ever seen before, which is when you've been watching wrestling for, 30 plus years. It's not often you see something you've never seen before. And, I was literally breathtaking watching that match. It was an amazing fight. And, definitely one you want to check out. That is, there's a highlight reel just from that match. It's insane. So, check that one out. And Aramis, so good. A bit of an unknown quantity to me, but was so impressed with him right over the whole weekend, So, definitely one to keep an eye out for. And hopefully he'll be back in the UK again soon. It'd be great to see him again. Great guy as well. So, brilliant.
Absolutely. Yeah, but both wrestlers brought it over the entire weekend, and certainly on day one, a super strong style. And like I say, if you love your fast-paced, dynamic, high-flying, acrobatic action, you've not just got one superstar that can bring it. You've got two in this match, and the display they put on for the audience of the Electric Ballroom was nothing short of phenomenal, and you can catch it all on Progress on Demand. What about this one? This match, but believe it or not, was a first round encounter in this year's Super Strong Style 16 tournament. And, put these two together, you could have a main event for any promotion, any card, up and down the land, any country, these two could main events. But to have these two go at it, clash and battle, and put their wits against one another in a first round contest proves how strong this year's Super Strong Style 16 lineup was. And you can see there, they're both determined, both butting heads. But these two put on a clinic like they always do. Dino, one of the best technical wizards around in the UK, and Chris Ridgeway, he is what he says he is on the tin, and like I say, they both deliver every time they're out there, and this match was phenomenal.
Never disappoint these two guys, as you know, Smash Mouth Ridgeway, he's one of the best hitters, strikers in the business. Dean Allmark, absolute technical masterclass as always, but both guys came with a point to prove, both looking to earn respect early doors in this one from each other and from the fans. And you know what, when you watch this one, you'll see it not long into the match, and that respect goes out the window because they are kicking the living heck out of each other in this one. And it's hold versus hold. It's absolutely what you want to see from Super Strong Style 16. Perfect first round match. It could have been the final. It's one of them. This is a match you'd pay to see anywhere around the world, and they're always going to deliver. And you need to watch it to see what happens in this one, because it could go either way. And both guys absolutely put on a show there. What a fight! Amazing.
A clinic, a masterclass. We can put all of the accolades that lay under the sun onto this match, but you have to watch it to see it and believe it. And just go simply to Progress on Demand. Like I say, it's dropping on Saturday at 5 p.m. And that's another match alone that you'd get your money's worth, Mad Dog, just for signing up to see that one. Like I say, that match is main event caliber anywhere in the world, as you rightly said. But it's a first round contest on day one of Super Strong Style 16 this year. So absolutely fantastic. And what about this one, Mad Dog? Warren Banks, the Nigerian Kaiju against a big Damo, and the clash that these two had, the battle that these two had on night one of this year's Super Strong Style was epic. And once again, another main event caliber encounter between two of the best, not just in the UK, but pretty much anywhere. You got Warren Banks, who's been blazing a trail over the last 12 months across the UK, and Big Damo, now that he's back over on these shores, is showing exactly why he got that WWE contract, why he spent all them years over in the States, and why, you know, he is pretty much on a par with any superstar, any wrestler, pretty much anywhere on planet Earth. But this encounter was another classic first round encounter. Mad Dog, you were there. Tell us all about it.
Well, Big Damo absolutely never disappoints. What a guy, and, you know, absolutely brilliant wrestler. And he did something I've never seen before in this one. A bit of lucha wrestling to watch out for. I'm going to entice the fans into see it. That's the one to, you know, a bit of lucha from Big Damo, just showing that he literally can do it all. But in this one, it's a battle of the Belfast Beast versus the Nigerian Kaiju. And Warren Banks, we knew it going in. We spoke about it briefly, but Warren Banks was carrying a bit of a knock, shoulder injury. And, you know, it's interesting to see how this one develops. You know, can he still hang with the big guy with an injury? You know, can he hit the moves he wants to be hitting? You know, that's what you need to look out for in this one. And, you know, Warren showing grit and determination in this one, but Big Damo, he's just an absolute beast, isn't he? And, you know, it's you know, it unfolds from there. But they're two of the best big men in the business. Obviously, they've been involved in the Atlas tournament, real standouts there at that. And, you know, to see them facing each other at Super Strong Style 16 was a real treat for everybody in the ballroom. And you know, you'll have to check it out yourself and see what developed there.
Absolutely. And like I say, two of the finest wrestlers on the circuit, gracing Super Strong Style 16. And like I say, another main event caliber match that you can watch on Demand Progress, .pivotshare.com, dropping this Saturday. And if you've not already signed up to that, why not? Especially with the matches we've already spoken about, get signed up, watch that Saturday, drop in 5 o'clock. Like I say, not just on Demand Progress, but if you've got the WWE Network or Peacock over on the States, you don't want to miss this show. Day one of Super Strong Style, and that match alone is a match that I'll be looking forward to watching back again, Mad Dog, that's for sure. And how about this one? Another first round encounter to end all first round encounters. That damn dirty dog. He's had the 2.5-year campaign to fight, scratch, and claw his way into Super Strong Style, and he finally did it this year. But what a competition, what an opponent in the shape of Ricky Shane Page, Progress favourite, back over on these shores. I think we saw him a couple of chapters ago, but like I say, gracing the card, the tournament for Super Strong Style 16. And this match between two, let's say, heavyweights, fast-paced guys that can really move around the ring and deliver the lethal blow when needed. And this match was nothing short of phenomenal. What say you, Mad Dog?
Yeah, certainly. I meant to say, Jonas, as well, just going back to the previous match, just before we move on to this, was a bit of a commentary by Hustle Malone and Ollie Spring that I overheard was absolutely amazing, talking about Warren Banks' shoulder. And they said Warren Banks with a shoulder injury is like Shawn Michaels without a foot.
Yeah.
So that had me chuckling when I heard that one, but that's something to look out for. The guys,
but he gritted his teeth and he fought all the way through it, didn't he? And you can see exactly how he combated that injury if you tune in from Saturday onwards. But let's talk about Ricky Shane Page and Gene Money. Like I say, another terrific first round encounter.
Oh, Gene has battled for 2.5 years to be involved in this tournament, and then he runs into Ricky Shane Page in the first round. Sandusky, Ohio native, and RSP. Literally, you know, I'd seen him in death matches before. I'd seen him wrestle a lot before, but I knew level of respect for him this weekend. What an absolutely amazing wrestler. You know, showed exactly what he can do, and is just, you know, so impressive. You know, his knowledge, he's like literally a fountain of knowledge about professional wrestling. And you know, Gene, What a guy, you know, passion, charisma. He's worked so hard to get there. He's literally, you know, one of the funniest guys in the business as well. But he really wants to be recognised and do, you know, show what he can do in the ring. And, you know, what better test to show that than going against Ricky Shane Page, who's absolutely amazing. And this match again didn't disappoint at all. It's you know, an absolute it's absolutely brilliant. It's a great fight and a great brawl, and both guys give it their all. And you know, to see what happens, you're gonna have to check it out, as we said, on demand, and it's you know, it'll be worthwhile. I've heard as well, Jonas, that if you sign up to the on demand, you can actually, if you've not signed up to it previously, you can get 2 weeks free. So arguably, you could watch the whole tournament for free if you sign up at the right time.
Well, there you go. There's no better incentive, no better motivation than to get signed up. Like I say, sign up to the on-demand service today. Get yourself 2 weeks free. Watch certainly this coming Saturday's Day One of Super Strong Style for free, and possibly all the other days as they drop in the subsequent weeks. But like I say, the damn dirty dog, he was definitely wearing his big boy pants over Super Strong Style weekend, and going up against one of the finest independent American talents, Ricky Shane Page, great in these shores, real favourite to the Progress faithful. Another first round encounter that you are not going to want to miss. I'm so excited to see that one back again. And believe it or not, this was the final of the 8 first round matches from that bracket that I brought up at the top of the show. 2 of the finest American talents that you could possibly imagine to be in Super Strong Style this year. Jack Evans versus Johnny Progress. And what a match they put on. 2 fast-paced, action-packed, exciting wrestlers. And they put on a fantastic encounter for the people that were lucky enough to be in the Electric Ballroom that Friday evening, Mad Dog. And I even saw a clip of, I think, Jack Evans running up a wall and trying to backflip over Johnny Progress. And there was, I think, a counter from Johnny Progress where he kind of pulled him out the sky, essentially. Did some sort of mad maneuver. But I think that was just... that was that match in a nutshell, really. It was crazy, energetic, fast-paced action with some moves and some counters that you've probably never seen before. And if you were lucky enough to be there, you got to see them in person. Otherwise, you got to sign up to On Demand and catch it when it drops this Saturday. But Jack Evans versus Johnny Progress, what a match to cap off round 1, Mad Dog.
It was, you know, and it was a bit of an abstract match. There was all sorts going on. There was fans being used as weapons. There was bits of the room being used as weapons. It went all over the place. It was a bit chaotic. But the interesting thing to mention is that the 2 guys have wrestled together for almost 20 years. Really good friends. That photo taken at the start of the match, they were like, we haven't seen each other for a few years. We better get a selfie. So that's an amazing moment where the guys get a photo together at the start. But then, as you can see,
as soon as the bell rings,
names and friends, you know, someone's going to lose a chin at that moment. And, you know, you can see from the graphic we had before, it must have been a bit of an old graphic as Jack's got the longer hair there. And then, as you can see, there's bits of fans.
Is that a walk-in frame there, Mad Dog?
Yes. One of the guests brought a walk-in frame to aid them, and it's suddenly being used as a weapon. So,
incredible.
A bit abstract, but Jack Evans was absolutely amazing. He's like a living, walking video game, this guy. And, you know, some of the stuff he was doing, he backflipped onto the stage. The stuff he was doing was immaculate. You know, what presentation and what a wrestler, you know, everything so smooth and crisp. And then Johnny Progress, you know, what can you say about this guy? He was winner of Tough Enough 3, was it, or something back in the day? He's been to the absolute heights of professional wrestling, and he's still operating at that such a high level. Some of his moves so innovative, and some of the stuff he does is just, you know, mind-boggling that he can pull it off. And he's peak specimen, you know, what shape he's in, what a great guy he is as well. And the 2 of these, you know, they might be friends outside the ring, but as soon as they step in that ring, they mean business. And both of them wanted to get through to the next round of this tournament. And, you know, that main event is just something so special. I was just so honored to be a part of it. And, you know, both guys put in such a shift there. What a day. The Friday, first day, first round. Simon kept reminding us each match was a first round match, which got some good banter with the crowd. You know, we were on top form. All the fans were on top form. It was such a day. in the ballroom. I was just so proud to be part of Progress with these matches that they put on that day, and it was it was so exciting. You don't want to miss it. You definitely need to check it out. I can't wait to watch it back, and I know all the other guys are looking forward to watching it back. So there's so much to look forward to. My man of the day, really impressive. Aramis was amazing. Dempsey was amazing. Ridgeway, Allmark, never going to let you down. Always having a great match. And, RSP and Gene, show what legends they are. Just all in all, absolutely amazing card. And, brilliant day of wrestling action. Thoroughly enjoyable and definitely worth a watch back. So,
absolutely. I like we've been saying throughout this entire broadcast, Mad Dog, why, if you're not already signed up to the Progress On Demand service, why not? Click on the link in the description to this video and do yourself a favour, sign up today, because as Mad Dog said, for the first 2 weeks, it's free. And you get to see day one of this year's Super Strong Style tournament. And we've just glossed over what was a phenomenal 8 matches. But you want to see it, if you wasn't there in the electrical room, you want to see it with your own eyes. Don't take our word for it. Watch it with your own eyes. If you're a wrestling fan, if you're a fan of UK wrestling, if you're a fan of independent wrestling, if you like your big guys in the ring together, your high-flying matches, your acrobatics, your crazy maneuvers, if you're a fan of wrestlers using walking frames, then this is the show you need to sign up to watch. And of course, once you're there, you've got all of the previous chapters of Progress from day one, bringing you right up to speed to what happened at Super Strong Style. And then, of course, you've got day 2 of Super Strong Style, which is going to drop the following week, and day 3, which will drop the week after that. And if you sign up at the right time, you might be able to get all 3 shows for free. Sign up today and get your 2 weeks for free. But it's demandprogress.pivotshare.com. You will not be disappointed. Mad Dog, a fantastic day on a Super Strong Style. I think we've talked it up enough there. But like I say, if you haven't already signed up, do so now. But we are also looking ahead to Progress's next show, aren't we? Which is going to be 24/7. Funny, because that's going to be on the 24th of July.
I've had a few people ask about why it's called that. And I'm like, date of the show, guys.
I figured it out pretty quick. Or at least I hope that's the date that it takes place. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. But these are some of the individuals that have been signed up so far. But Nick Wayne, who's a promising young talent from the States, who is really blazing a trail, a real breakout star. He's having a breakout year. And like I say, if you haven't already seen him have matches on AEW or on the independent scene across the US, then you will do soon. Or get yourself over to the Electric Ballroom on the 24th of July and catch Nick Wayne as he makes his Progress debut. But he's got this individual, very, very exciting. I think he's young, about 16 or 17, so he's got a long career ahead of him, but already, like I say, knocking down doors and kicking in teeth, Mad Dog. And he's got a strong family lineage as well. But tell us a little bit about what you know about Nick and what we're expecting to see in the ballroom next month.
Yeah, so third generational talent. Great wrestler. I've seen a few clips of his matches and stuff in GCW, and obviously he's signed to AEW. This guy's going to be a future star, and it's just so exciting that when he's 16, 17, he's coming over to the UK on one of his first tours, and he's going to be a Progress. It's going to be amazing to see what he can bring to the table. And, if what I'm hearing is correct, this guy is going to be absolutely insane. You're going to want to be there to see this in his UK debut. So that's, just cannot wait to see that one.
Shall I tell you what? I'm going to throw out a bit of fantasy booking, and I don't know the card yet, but a bit of fantasy booking. I'd love to see Nick Wayne against Liam Slater. Can you imagine 2 fast-paced, high-flying, exciting, dynamic teenagers, dare I say it, teenagers that can wow that crowd in the Electric Ballroom? Don't know if that's going to happen, but Progress Management, if you're listening, that could be a good match to have on the card. But how about
first from John's here, guys? That could be the match. You never know.
Who knows? And you got Laura Di Matteo.
So Laura Di Matteo, she's the #1 contender. She won the Fatal 4-Way at the 10th anniversary, and then obviously Kanji came back from injury and stepped in and used her #1 contendership to have a match at Super Strong Style, which we'll speak about later on in the week or next week. It'll probably be, Jonas. But yeah, obviously Laura Di Matteo, #1 contender. She wants her opportunity, and at 24/7, she may just take it. We'll have to see.
Absolutely. And then, of course, no stranger to us at Progress and across the UK, Eliza Alexander. Eliza Alexander will be back in the ballroom in July at 24/7 Mad Dog, somebody you know very well.
Yeah, of course. She's aligned herself with Zaya Brookside, I believe, on NXT UK. So what a team that is. And, she's still causing devastation and rampage all over the country wherever she goes. Obviously, Jack Evans is a big fan of Liverpool and the Scousers. He made sure to mention that at Super Strong Style. So, Eliza Alexander, one of the best in the UK.
Yeah.
You can't deny this lady. She's just what a talent, what an athlete, and she's been wrestling for years now, and is still very young. So much to give to the business, and I just if she's on the card, she's going to deliver. So 24/7, Eliza Alexander in the house. That's going to be something special. It always is, and she's probably going to upset some of the fans because that's what us Scousers do.
There you go. Your words, not mine, Mad Dog. Your words, not mine. What about this individual? Made his debut for Progress not too long ago, just last month, chapter 134, in a terrific encounter, but a fantastic debut. He really kind of put out a statement as to what his intentions are with Progress. He's looking for more victories down the line. He's looking for possible Progress gold. But RKJ, he did lay down the law. He really did show what sort of character, what sort of athlete, what sort of performer he was in that match against Liam Slater, and he's going to be back 24/7 next month, Mad Dog. Like I say, another fantastic wrestler to have on your roster.
Yeah, honestly, that match he had with Leon Slater was absolutely amazing. And RKJ, another fair generational talent, and this guy's somebody I've been watching for quite a few years now. Another person who, when he shows up at a show, is just, this guy is a future superstar for sure. He comes in, there's an atmosphere around him when he steps in. He absolutely brings something different to the place. They say The Rock, is the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. But honestly, when RKJ walks into a building, every head turns, and this guy never fails to have a great match. And, he's hard hitting. He's been working hard in the gym, you can see. And he's not afraid to have a bit of a brawl if he has to, but he's got them aerial maneuvers. This guy is just one of the best in the business, honestly. And, just keep your eyes peeled for him. If you can get to 24/7 to see what he's going to do there, it's going to be, it'll make it worthwhile for you for sure, definitely.
One of the hardest hitters, but I think you described him as one of the youngest veterans on the circuit. He's going to bring his game again at 24/7 next month. And of course, we can't talk about 24/7 without talking about this guy. Swerve Strickland will be back in the ballroom 24/7. I can't wait to see who he's going to be paired up against, who he's going to be facing next month from the Electric Ballroom. This man brings it, and like I say, he can back it up all day long. Mad Dog, this is going to be a fantastic show to see Strickland swerve himself back in the ballroom, back in London, my friend.
Yeah, whose house? Swerve's house it is, mate. And he was, so impressive at Progress the other month. We were good. He wasn't able to make it over for Super Strong Style, but he's able to make this date, and it's going to be great to see him in action again. And what a talent! And it's there's not much more you can say about him, but he is exceptional. Absolutely brilliant wrestler, and what a great guy as well. And looking forward to welcoming him back to London at the Electric Ballroom. Talent.
So much charisma. And like I say, one of the most exciting wrestlers on the planet. And he's going to be in a Progress ring at the Electric Ballroom next month. So get your tickets today. Like I say, I'm sure that there's another link in the description to this show. Just click on that and buy your tickets today. You will not be disappointed. Looking a little bit further ahead. And of course, we've got the Deadly Viper Tour. Like I say, touring all around the UK. And if you stay to the end of this show, which will be about another 5 minutes or so, you will see an exclusive video hyping up that tour with all the locations and all the dates. You're not going to want to miss that. But Masa Takanashi is going to be one of the standout international stars coming over to the UK to grace our shores for that tour. But he's going to be at Birmingham on the 25th of September. What do you know about this gentleman?
I know he's on DDT Pro. I've watched a little bit of his action the other week. Great wrestler by the looks of things. Really looking forward to welcoming him over and, bringing the excitement And I can't wait to see him. You know, I was excited to see him as I was when Aramis was coming over for Super Strong Style. It's always great to bring these guys over and to see what they can do. You see clips on the internet, but it's not the same as seeing them in real life. You know, getting to see them in person and, you know, getting to understand the character and how they are and why they're getting flown around the world to wrestle. And then you see them and it's just like, this guy is amazing. So, yeah, can't wait. So excited to see what he brings to the table. And, you know, if the people are flying people around the world like that they have got some exceptional talent, and it's someone you're not going to want to miss because, you know, you just don't want to miss out. You've got to see it for yourself.
Anybody that Progress brings in or goes to the effort of flying over to the UK shores, you know that they're going to be good. You know they're going to be A1 and world beaters, and no different for this guy here. Chris Brooks making his return to a Progress ring after a couple of years' absence, I've got to say, and he is going to be a big, important part of the Deadly Viper tour taking place around September time, and he is also going to be in Birmingham on the 25th at the O2 Academy. And like I say, Progress regulars, people that have been following UK independent wrestling, and in particular, you know, maybe a long time Progress fan will be very familiar with Chris Brooks. It's been a couple of years since he graced a Progress ring. He is going to be back, Birmingham O2, September the 25th. That's going to be a great occasion.
Yeah, tickets have almost sold out for that show already, just after the announcement of Chris Brooks coming back. Obviously, wow. Chris is someone I've worked with quite a few times around the UK in the past. You know, what a legacy he's had in Progress. And only a couple of months ago did somebody utter a couple of words about him, and it looks like it's going to come back and bite them in the arse, really, to be fair, because it might have been Kid Lycos might have uttered that name a few months ago, and now
yeah, CCK stablemates, of course. Yeah, could that bite him in the bum? Yeah,
if he's booked on that card as well, there could be trouble in Birmingham. We'll have to see what happens if if everything aligns. You just never know. Could happen there.
Absolutely. And just go to progresswrestling.com/tickets to be transported to the DICE app or the DICE website to get your tickets today for 24/7. And of course, for the Deadly Viper tour that's taking place around the country in September. But Mad Dog, we've had a great conversation, glossing over some of the matches that you will be able to see. You'll be able to sample and witness with your own eyes if you sign up to Progress On Demand in time for night one of Super Strong Style 16 to drop this coming Saturday, June the 18th, approximately 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And if you've not already signed up, do so now. Details are run along the bottom of the screen, or click in the link to the description, where the link will be there for you to click and sign up today. It will be the best money that you've spent on a wrestling show this week, I can guarantee you that. And as Mad Dog said, the first 2 weeks for free, so even better. But any final words about why people should be signing up to Progress On Demand and getting their money's worth and watching the 8 fantastic first round matches that we covered over earlier?
Oh, definitely, John, as you know. And what I wanted to say as well was, obviously, me and you will be speaking next week about the show, and hopefully you will have had another chance to watch the show back then yourself, and we can cover, some of the outcomes and maybe lead into what could happen on day 2 of the show and speak about that. But I just wanted to speak about as well, Super Strong Style 16 was such a big event over the weekend, and it wasn't just the Super Strong Style Day One that we had on that day. There was all sorts of other stuff going on around that. It's like UK's own version of WrestleMania. So on the evening straight after day one, we had, because obviously it was an all-male card at the start of Super Strong Style, there was an all-female show in the ballroom straight after, presented by Eve. So I managed to watch some of that show as well. Absolutely brilliant production there by Eve. Great to see everyone involved with that. And there was a couple of matches that really stood out on that one. The Ava taking on Clementine was a great bout. And also great to see Mercedes Blaze in action again. Obviously, Mercedes, great wrestler, always love having her at Progress. And, as well, a main event there between Casey Owens and Emerson Jane, which did not disappoint, which turned into a bit of a hardcore deathmatch sort of style situation. So, if you can check out Eve as well, I'm sure that's available on their demand service. And that's something you definitely want to see. Another great evening of action straight after day one that we had in the ballroom. A lot of the Progress faithful fans stayed to check out Eve. It's always good to support everyone in the wrestling community. We always do our best to make sure, everyone's having a good time. And, anything we can help out like that, we always try to. And also at this, almost the same time, we had a Sunshine Machine. We're in the Camden Eye doing rock, paper, scissors 16, which is, I popped my face in for that as well to see what was going on there, Jonas. And I tell you what, it was a chaotic situation, to say the least. As people showed up at the venue, they were given raffle tickets, and basically they were put into a rock, paper, scissors tournament with 16 people, and you could be taking on anyone. You could be taking on any of the guests, special guests who were there. So the Lycos guys were there. Sunshine Machine was there. We had Paul Benson from Hooked on Events and Progress was there. There was all sorts of people involved in that, and you just never know what's going to happen when it's rock, paper, scissors. Oh man!
Absolutely. Well, will that be on demand? I can't imagine it will be, but like I say, some good memories from that night after Super Strong Style. But don't forget, if you haven't already signed up to the on-demand service, click in the link to the description of this podcast, of this YouTube show, and you won't be disappointed. Get you 2 weeks for free. Certainly in time for Day One of Super Strong Style drop in this coming Saturday at 5 o'clock. But Mad Dog, it's been a pleasure as always to talk to you, my friend, and we'll have to do it again soon to hype up night 2 of Super Strong Style, which we drop in on demand the following week, I'm guessing. But great to talk to you again, my friend.
Thanks so much, Jonas. Always a pleasure to talk to you, mate. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself at Super Strong Style 16 as
Phenomenal.
well. And I'd just like to say a big thank you to all the team, obviously all the fans as well who came down for the show, and also the staff of the Electric Ballroom. What a great job they did over the weekend, supplying us with beverages. And they had the air conditioning on this time as a special treat for us. So, yeah, looking forward to being back there for 24/7. Can't wait. Get your tickets now and make sure to check out Super Strong Style 16 Day One, dropping on Saturday at 5 o'clock. And it's going to be on the WWE Network and on demand and on Peacock. So you can't miss it. Make sure to check it out, and then you'll know what all the excitement's about. And we'll be back with you next week.